wishing on me. I've been moving cold, so no trouble with me. Trying to keep it peaceful is a struggle for me. Don't pull up at 6 a.m. to cuddle with me. You know how I like it when you love it on me. I don't wanna die for them to miss me, 'cause I see the things that they wishing on me. Hope I got some brothers that outlive me. They gon' tell the story, she was different with me.
Alright, my guys. What's up? Mr. Travis Pavlik back for a little bit more trading Bitcoin action. So, I have been generally neutral since this it was kind of a surprise sell-off for the way I look at markets. So I'm thinking 1 up, 2 down, 3 up, 4 right here to this area is where I was expecting it to bounce, and then higher for a 5th, and maybe we go back to kind of all-time highs, 13.6, somewhere around there. It didn't happen. Instead, we sold off, and basically we're still consolidating in this general region. The odds are that we go higher and this resolves higher. Why do I say that? Because the trend is your friend until it ends, and you keep trading with the trend. And during times of, now we're 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 weeks of generally sideways action. Of course, there's a big range, 13.7 down to 9K, 9,100, somewhere around there, on Coinbase. Obviously, there are some setups, but where we ended here, I'm not too excited. I don't like to talk about these small little $200, $300 moves that I'm trading, but I was able to buy some 10.1 and I sold at 10.7, so actually a nice $600 trade there. And then keep in mind, there's 3 or 4 different accounts that I trade, and kind of each one has a little different objective. So I have been generally neutral because there's no clear pattern here from what I was looking at. It was, as soon as we came back down below this area, below 10.7, was the area where I'm like, I don't know what's going on here, and that's fine. You can either, stop out and go neutral and just wait for the next trade. There's nothing wrong with that. That's perfectly fine. If you don't know what's happening, get the hell out and sit on your hands for a little bit. There is a definite problem, and just so you know, a lot of people probably got out here. Maybe they bought it at 13.7. This was a giant run-up with almost no correction. Just huge. Go back and look at these charts. Almost everyone was caught flat-footed. I myself, even nailing the bottom here, which I'm going to keep saying because it's true. February 8th, nailing the bottom here. I mainly played it up with EOS, and now EOS, I was able to sell near the top, and we didn't sell the top, but I haven't traded it since. I thought it was a buy in here again, and it broke down below, so I thought it was a buy in 490 when it was getting absolutely smoked. EOS has gotten absolutely smoked. This is one of my top 3 coins, top 3 tokens, whatever you want to call it, top 3 cryptocurrency projects. I am extremely bullish on the idea. Conceptually, I do like what they're doing. EOS and their voice social media, they're going to be able to incentivize, we call it creators now, but influencers, creators, to come on the platform. There's a lot of pent-up demand, which is people don't like Twitter, people don't like Facebook, people don't like Instagram, but they have to be there because everyone else is there. as soon as there's somebody, a new emerging player with better technology that's more transparent, where they're not just going to take your 80,000 follower Instagram where you've built up years of work and years of followers, and they're just like, no, oh, it violates our terms of service, bye. And is it politics? Is it mass flag reporting? Most people, they don't hire lawyers and go and sue Facebook and Instagram. Same thing, right? So EOS is eventually going to launch their project. I am looking at it here. I think you have to keep an eye on EOS as it goes down to new low. I personally, I would love to buy 250, something like that. I mean, if it goes to new lows here, that would really surprise me. Below the kind of December 2018 lows, that would really surprise me. But it can happen. This is still an incredibly rich valuation for what it is. This is definitely valuing it on the future. There's definitely Bitcoin works as a store of value, as a digital gold. Let's just pile into there. This whole run up in Bitcoin's the only one that's like really acting well. Okay, everything else, I mean, huge run up to 50 cents from 10 cents, a 5x move, and then it retraces all the way. That's another one of my favorites. Guess what? Haven't owned it all through here. I can't recall actually the last time I did own it. But 786, I don't love the 786. I would much rather it have held the 618. So same thing with EOS, right? This I gotta throw on here. It didn't hold the 618. It did for a little trade, but now, $3. If this support does break at 330, your next area is 305, and then all the way back down to the lows. So EOS, I will say 1, 2, 3, 4, and then 5. It'd be a 5 wave down. You can buy that 5th wave and then get ready for a rip. So potentially we could be trading $2.50 or $3. This is why I am watching it, and then we could get a double real quick. So EOS is still something I believe in. I feel bad for the hodlers, is why I don't hodl. Generally, I don't recommend the hodl unless, a real simple rule would be like a 21 on this is the 21 period moving average on like a weekly. So we're still way above it on Bitcoin. Of course, you didn't get stopped out until, they took half your money in the Bitcoin December 2017, right? But it did allow you to get all these gains on the upside. It's not like you were hurting if you bought, way back as a signal above the 21. I'm gonna make this like a yellow or something. Long story short, you did well following the trend. Any trend following techniques that allow you to capture this big upside move and limit your losses is a definite formula for success with trading an asset like Bitcoin, right? See here, you kind of got stopped out again about 2,000. Here you almost did. Here you didn't. So basically, July of 2017, around 2,000 to 10,000. Is that a bad trade? No. Just because you left half on the table, you could also have another scaling out where the distance and the profits from the 21 reach a certain point where you have to scale out. The risk is just too big. So I hope that is, let's see, what else do I want to say about Bitcoin? See, and this, by the way, Crown Crypto Cave did point this out. I've always used the 21. I've always used the 10 EMA, the 21 SMA, the 50 SMA, the 200 SMA as my main averages. I've been experimenting with some other moving averages. It's adaptive. It doesn't always work. But if you just kind of squint your eyes, which it sounds funny, but it actually is a great plan because it allows you to catch these big trends. If you look back at the whole picture and squint your eyes, does this look like, it could be resolving to the upside? Of course it does. If we go back in periods like this, the interesting thing is they got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. I mean, there's these big periods of triangles in Bitcoin. Like here's another one. 1, 2. And then as the trend started speeding up, it basically was less time spent going sideways and consolidating. Of course, price action is not probably going to be exactly like this bull market, but there's a lot of algorithms that are based on historic action, historic trading that are programmed to work for the last bull market, for the last bear market. Now we're in a new bull market. I want to be very clear. This is a new bull market, really, since we got above this. We could have said if we would have went from 3 to 5, but then pulled back. That's not a new bull market. But as soon as we got above this moving average here, the 50, and really the 200 on like the daily, this is a weekly chart. Whenever you're unsure of, this is the actual broker, the exchange, so they have a little bit different prices. This is the daily, the weekly, and all that is just the time period of these bars, right? So Litecoin, which led this, is looking a bit like 1, 2, 3, 4, and then 5, resolving. Litecoin's on my RIP alert as well. I don't believe in it as much as an EOS. I actually don't like trading it as much at all. But I just want to point out that 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, like these patterns, they work. They tend to work. Sometimes you get in a little bit too early. Sometimes you can't. It's better to wait for confirmation. So confirmation to me is like a weekly reversal. So hopefully you get some dojis in here, some inside, and then a nice reversal on a weekly, and then that's your confirmation. That sets your risk. You set it to like the recent lows, and the more volatile the asset, the more you kind of want to let it fluctuate. Maybe on like a weekly close as your stop instead of just any tick below. But this is what I'm looking at right now. It is 8:19, 11:50, 6 p.m. Hopefully this helps, and I will catch you in the next one. If you have any questions or comments, please put them below. Like if you like, dislike if you don't, and subscribe if you're just checking this out and you want to learn more about trading and specifically cryptocurrencies and Bitcoin. My name is Travis Pavlik. I'm out. Peace.
And they wish 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 on me. I've been moving cold, so no trouble with me. Trying to keep it peaceful is a struggle for me. Don't pull up at 6 a.m. to cuddle with me. You know how I like it when you love it on me. I don't wanna die for them to miss me. Guess I see the things that they wishing on me. Hope I got some brothers that outlive me. wishing, they wishing, they wishing, they wishing, they wishing on me. Bad things, it's a lot of bad things that they wishing, they wishing, they wishing, they wishing, they wishing on me. She said, do you love me? I tell her only partly. I only love my bed and my mama. I'm sorry.